Hello, Oracles. I just wanted to give you guys a little rundown and recap, little testimonial of what I went through for Lift 4. Now, for those of you guys who are newer to knowing me, and thank you for supporting me in my whole journey here, I've been doing health and fitness for quite a while. I've been a Beachbody coach for 10 years. I did Spartan races, as you can see here. And as you can see, right behind me here, all those medals, I was running races. I did 30 miles in Sweden. I did 37 miles in Iceland. So it's not like I'm unfamiliar with being healthy and fit. But after my race in Sweden in 2019, I decided to retire from racing. And then COVID hit. So I wasn't racing. I wasn't going to the gym. I kind of wanted to give my body some time to just relax and recover. But because of COVID, it ended up lasting about 3 years. So it took a while for my body to kind of get out of it. And then I did start a little program last summer. I did lose about 20 pounds. And then I just stopped doing that. And I just kept on putting the weight on. So I ended up getting up to 215 pounds, kind of monitored my eating, and I got myself down to 205. That's when I started this program. So the first week was the week of B4. And that week there, I lost 3 pounds alone. So I got myself down to 202 when I officially started just the 8 week portion of Lift 4. When I started it, definitely very rusty. I mean, for me, waking up in the morning was like getting out of bed. Now it felt like I needed a walker and I had to like struggle to just stand up straight. Trying to walk down the stairs of my apartment was like slow one step at a time, having to hold the railing because my knees were so shaky. It was rough. And I mean, I'm 43. And so I should not be feeling like that at 43. But I know part of it was because I beat myself up so much from races and I didn't let myself recover. So trying to get back into it, trying to get that blood flowing. That's what I did. So the first thing I noticed in the first couple of weeks was I was freaking tired in the morning. Really, really tired. Like, did not want to get up. It was hard to just get going, but I forced myself to do it. That's part of the reason why I started that vlog was that was me holding myself accountable. I got to get up. I owe it to you guys. I owe it to myself. I need to make this happen. So I did that. And of course, after a couple of weeks, I was like, all right, I'm feeling alive again. The soreness was gone. And it was a pleasant soreness. Don't get me wrong. Anybody who has lifted before, you get that muscle soreness in it and it hurts, but you're like, you feel alive. The alive kind of hurt. So it was good. I got past that, moving forward, and I just after the first month I was like, all right, I've got my routine down, feeling better, had a lot of hurdles along the way. In the second week, for you guys who followed, you know that my whole entire left calf completely locked up. And then as it was starting to heal, I felt a pop in the back of it playing soccer with my son. I was afraid I had tore my Achilles. Come to find out, it was just a muscle adhesion that had actually let loose. It was actually it was a good pain that I had felt. So that was very good. I still monitored it from there, but I let things heal. And Lift 4 was awesome because it was just 4 days a week. I have another YouTube channel where I talk about Tesla and investing and a lot of other things as well. And if you guys want to, if you're interested in that, please check it out over there. It's Oracle Investments. And over there, I talk about, the investing, and it's the wealth part of health and wealth. And if you're going to be wealthy and you're trying to gain wealth to be able to retire early, that's awesome. But if you don't have your health to enjoy it, does it really matter? And that's where I try to put the two together. So that's why I started this channel as well, to really encourage people to go out there and get themselves healthy so that they can enjoy their lives for as long as they possibly can. So, with all that said, I've got this moving, and I ended up taking my channel on the other side where I was doing a video in the morning and a video in the evening. And I took away that morning video and I chose to come out here and go to the gym instead. So I went to the gym, started doing those workouts. Now, officially, I am down 10 pounds from when I started. So I started at 202. I am down to 192. My strength increased incredibly. Some tips for you guys if you're going to be going out there and doing this is let your ego stay at home. I went out to the gym. I used to be curling 35, 40 pounds. I went in there and I was curling fives and tens because I knew that if I went too heavy too soon, I was going to injure myself. And that good soreness that I was feeling was going to be actual pain. And I did not want that. So I left my ego at home. I started slow. I'm now back up to curling the 20s. I still have a long way to go. My ultimate goal is to get down to 175. So I'm not stopping here. On Monday, I am starting Lift More. That is the next version of this program, and it's 5 days a week instead of four. So I was able to ease my way into it with 4 days a week, and now I'm going to be moving on to 5 days a week. I have come up with my plan for the entire year. Obviously, things can change, but I haven't been this excited about working out in probably 5 years. I was starting to get to the end of racing, and my desire to do it was starting to fade, and that's one of the reasons I decided to retire. I just didn't have that excitement anymore. But now that excitement for working out is back. I do have a race that is going to be going on next weekend. It's my first race back. After that race, I'm going to decide whether I'm going to continue racing or not. Racing is expensive. And again, when it goes to the wealth part of things, spending my money on the races was great before because it gave me that sense of purpose, and it kind of showed me that I am capable of accomplishing anything that I want. That was one of the reasons I wanted to do the races. I don't have to prove that to myself anymore. So now I'm kind of at a point where I want to be wise with my money. So racing isn't as wise with my money. What is the return on my investment? That is what I always ask myself about anything I do in life. Am I spending money on something? What am I going to get for that return on my investment? Am I spending time on my health? What is the return on my investment there? Am I going to go out and eat food? Whatever I'm going to eat, what is the return on that investment I'm going to get for myself? Am I going to get a good return? Or am I going to wake up the next day feeling miserable and crappy because I ate junk food? It's different for everyone. And again, to me, it always comes down to happiness and what that return is for you. And if the return of eating that junk food is going to make you happy in the long run, have at it. I have no problems with that. Honestly, it's all about happiness. And for me, I know that I feel miserable and groggy the next day. So I don't want to feel that way. So I do not have that junk food anymore. Sure, I'm going to splurge. If somebody puts pizza in front of me, I'm going to have it. I'm not going to say no to it all the time. But when I was in my program, I was very strict. So this time around, I had one day where I went out drinking and I only had a couple of glasses of wine. Otherwise, I had no alcohol at all for the entire 8 week program, except for that one day. I stuck to my nutrition. Tips for nutrition: figure out whatever the plan is that you need to be on. I actually used my Fitness Pal. It's very similar to the container portion control that Beachbody has. So I was able to just break down the macro. For me, I used a 40-30-30 program. That's 40% carbs, 30% protein, 30% fat. So I used that there. I just plugged everything into my Fitness Pal to make sure my macros were in line. I try to keep my sugars under 50 grams a day. Other than that, I really didn't focus too heavily on nutrition, but I figured out the foods I needed and I just ate the same thing every single day. I know some people can't do that, they just don't enjoy it. For me, I view food as fuel, and it's fuel and not just I'm going out there and making my tongue happy. For me, it's fuel. I'm making my entire body happy versus just pleasing my tongue for the moment that I'm putting food in my mouth. So that's the way I look at it. That's why I can eat the same thing every single day, but I also get the results because of that. So if you view food as fuel, you're going to notice that you're going to get much better results. And I just stuck to that plan. I did not veer from it. I do go out with my son on a regular basis, usually at least once, maybe twice a week, and we go out to eat. So if I go out to eat, I'm going to get a salad, I get a wrap, I get something that mentally I know whatever that meal was supposed to be, I try to eat something very similar to that. Preparing it myself is always better, but as long as I can get something similar to that and within the portion amount, that's fine. A lot of restaurants give you a larger portion than you really would be eating, so you actually save money. So you can actually a trick I've learned in the past is ask for a to-go container right up front when you get your food, put half of it in that container and it's out of sight, out of mind. And then you just eat the portion that you need and that's it. And you have that and then you actually have more for a second meal later. So it works out very well financially as well. So, those are my tips for you guys. I hope you guys found some inspiration and motivation from all of this. I appreciate you all following me. I'm going to be doing this again for the next program for Lift More. I'm going to continue this going for you guys, give you that inspiration. I'm going to have that vlog coming out here. And any feedback you guys want to provide to me, anything you're looking for, I'm an open book. Please go ahead and ask your questions. Again, I've been doing health and fitness stuff since I was 10 years old. And I was, kind of obsessed with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I got a pair of plastic dumbbells from Service Merchandise. Yes, I'm dating myself. So, I got those. So I've been into health and fitness since I was basically 10. And, I've been doing it for a long time. I have a lot of knowledge. So if you guys are looking for any tips, please feel free to reach out. I have no problem sharing any information with you guys. So otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support. Have a great one.